Hello, this is my Singer 9610. I've had it for quite some time, probably about 3 years. This was missing on it, and this was missing. It wasn't there. This piece of it was still inside here, but this part was broken off. So, like I said, I fixed it today. And I always had what I did. I put, because this little spring here has to bounce, when you sew. And this was missing, so what I did, I took a clip and I clipped it where this was. And I put my thread through a piece of this. So it would bounce, but this didn't really want to stay. It would shake off. So I put this on. Had a little problem putting this on because inside here, I'm not going to take that off. There's a little teeny screw that this part goes in. And that little screw didn't want to come out. So I took my blaster and sprayed it, that little screw in here, and then I took my blow dryer, which is here, took my blow dryer, and I heated that up in there, that screw, and I got it loosened, and I got the little teeny piece that came out of that off, and pulled it out with my pliers here. Got it out, and then I put that back in the hole and tightened up the screw. And it should be good to go. I haven't tried it yet. This is my donor. Well, I bought this machine yesterday. Had some problems with it. I paid $75 for it. It's got a motor. Motor works. She plugged it in while we were there, but I couldn't get it to sew. Got it home, and I didn't even plug it in because I started really looking at the cord. The cord's not that good a shape. See right there? Yeah. It's really unsafe to plug in, but we had it plugged in yesterday, but should have never been plugged in. So it needs rewired, the motor does, but it does work because we had it plugged in yesterday. And when I got this set up yesterday, my problem was, here's the lid off, that part. Inside here is where I took that piece off, and there's a really tiny screw. Let's see if I can, right here, right there, that holds that piece in that I put on my other sewing machine. They're the same machine, but this one's older. This one, I forget what year this is. And the other one, I put this piece on, took that off. Oh, there we go. Wait a minute. I had to even use blaster on this because it didn't want to move either. But I took that piece off. It goes in that little hole right there. Got to unloosen this to get that off. And then my machine over there, it was missing this piece. And all you did was take your hand and unscrew it out there. And then that's the piece I put on. You just screw that on. And inside here is where that little screw is that holds this on. So, but right now I'm going to call this a donor machine because when I threaded it up, even though I wasn't going to run it because I won't plug it in, it will not pick up the bobbin. It will not pick up the bobbin thread. And I fooled and fooled with it, and I'm not a mechanic when it comes to putting machines, taking them apart, trying to fix this, trying to fix that. So what I did, I thought, well, I'm not going to fool no more with it. I'm going to take these two parts off that I need for on the other one, because they're identical machines, just this one's older. Um, and if I ever come across these two pieces, and I can get this thread, the top thread to pick up the bobbin, then it will be a usable machine, but I'm not going to worry about right now. But if I ever come across these two parts that I took off, I will get them and put them back, and somebody's going to have to do. I think it's the timing. I'm not really sure if it's the timing or not. If I knew for sure, maybe I wouldn't have took these two pieces off, but it might have another problem other than timing. So, for $75 for this machine, I feel was too much. I think $50 would have been better because the motor needs rewired, and it won't pick up the bobbin thread. It could be numerous things wrong with it, but I think it's a lot of people told me that I know might be the timing, and I don't know nothing about it. I've tried watching some videos, but I'm just not inclined to do that. So I'll just leave it go. I'll just keep this machine. I'll keep it, and I could probably use this plate here because it's all intact underneath. I have a machine up in my garage that a piece of this underneath is broken. It won't stay clamped to the machine. So all in all, this might be going on that machine, but it's not workable right now either. It's just the head of the machine. It's not in anything. So if anything, I'll just use parts off of this to fix other things. If before I take anything else off of it, I'm going to see if somebody can fix the timing on this, if it is the timing, and if it will sew. You can always check it with the wheel without it being connected. Just kind of move it and see if it will sew. You know, but I just wanted to let you know a little bit. The table, you can see this is an older table. It's the wooden one. The motor's there. It's got the knee lift. I bought it on Facebook Marketplace. What it showed in the pictures, and they didn't really go into detail about if it were under anything. A lot of things, people say they don't know nothing about them, and I really assumed I could get it working, but I can't get it working. I fooled with it yesterday till I was mad. And then today I come back out here and I fooled with it some more. One girl I know, she said maybe lower the needle a little bit. Maybe it will catch the bobbin, but it didn't. It didn't work. And I knew I had it threaded right. I knew I had the bobbin case right because I have the identical sister to it. And but it will be an okay donor, or if it can be fixed, I'll have it fixed. But rewiring's not my thing either. Maybe my husband can do it. But you see, it's got the old wooden top to it, where this one is a newer machine and it has the greenish top to it. This here is it does wind a bobbin, and you can see it's not in that great a shape, where this one is in a lot better shape. So I might switch those out too. I'll just put the other one on this one. I don't want to I'll switch parts out, and then when if I can never get this one to pick up the bobbin case and sew, eventually maybe this will be, a sew or two one day. Who knows? But it's all learning. They wanted 90 for this machine, and I said, would you go down to 75? And she said, yeah. But really, in all, if I would have paid 50 for it, I would have felt better about it, because I don't know if the machine will ever sew again. Because another thing I noticed after I got it home, this here is bent some. You can kind of see it's not straight. So that could be something in under here that, where it's connected could have got bent. So it could be something in there that's bent. It could be the timing. So, there's two things. The timing would be, well, somebody could fix it easy that knows what they're doing. If this has something to do with the reason it's not picking up the bob and say something in here is bent, it could probably be fixed, but it would cost, you'd have to buy them kind of parts for it. Or find another donor, and I'm not doing that. I'm not buying another one of these machines to be a donor. So I'll just let it go and maybe sell the motor eventually, or keep the motor and put another machine in here. That's my plan anyway. I'm feeling a little bit better about buying it yesterday. I just wish I wouldn't have spent $75 for it. If the motor didn't need rewired and stuff like that, it would have been better, but it's got some problems, so we'll see eventually if I can get it fixed. But this one, a lady used it. It did a lot of upholstery. That's what she used it for. But I just don't understand how she got it to sew all the time without these two parts, because it really needs these two parts. Because when I got it, it just kept breaking thread. And then I got to looking, and I found out these two parts were missing. So I just tried to, because I knew this had to bounce, so it needed something right here to run this thread through so it would bounce. So that's why I used I clipped this thing here because this was missing. It worked for a while. But then, as you sewed, eventually it would fall off and you just had to put it back on. But, just a quick fix. Well, thanks for watching. These machines are nice. I'm really pleased with this one now since it's got the parts that it was missing on it. And one day I'll figure out what I'm going to do with its sister over here. But I might be, if I ever get her running right and get her rewired, and if I can get it to pick up the bobbin and stuff, I might start seeing if I can buy these two parts for this one, the ones I took off. But like I said, right now I'm not going to worry about it. I'll just store it, and if I need parts, if I just start taking parts off of it, it'd be worth it. Well, you all have a good day. I just want to make a video of this. I know it's 13 minutes long, but, there's not a lot of, I can't find a lot of information about the 9610. I did try to run off a manual in it, because I don't have one of them, but, it's nice to watch videos. I watched a couple videos. Nobody talks. It's just music, and they're showing you running a machine. Anybody can run a machine, It's nice to have somebody explaining a little bit while they're running it. And if they're having a problem or whatever, well, I have a problem with this one. I showed you two maybe things that could be wrong with this one here. The easiest fix would be the timing of the bobbin in that. The worst scenario would be, since this is bent, there's something in here going on. That would be the worst scenario about that machine. And I would have to actually have somebody that knows whether it's worth fixing or not. It might not even be worth fixing. So that's where I'm at, because, I can do the basic maintenance. I can oil, I can thread, I can change the needle, different little small stuff that I can get a machine up and running. But when it comes to timing, no, I'm not your girl. If it comes to something like this, I'm never going to be the girl. So, and the wiring, don't look at me. So this is where I'm at with this one. And very pleased. with this one. And I'm going to make a little tiny video of her sewing without this finally off. And she should sew really good. And the motor works fine on this one. Everything works. So, well, you all have a blessed day and take care and happy sewing. Bye-bye.